All right, welcome to Doris's Kitchen, and today we're sewing. Now Halloween is coming, so just jokingly I said to the grandchildren and stuff, because they were trying to decide what they wanted for a costume, so Mom's asking. And because they are McDonald's kids, I says, well, why don't you be French fries and chicken nuggets? So of course the 4-year-old, she's the oldest, the other one's only 2, she says, yeah, that'd be nice. Okay, so let me tell you how we make a French fry Halloween costume, and then we'll work on a chicken nugget one, and I'll show you how we sew some of that up, okay? So first what I did was I measured from on top of the shoulders down to where her knees are. You don't want it to go no further than that because, you know, they got to go in and out of vehicles sometimes and everything. So we just measured that. We allowed a couple inches extra because every seam when you sew has to be 5/8 of an inch there and 5/8 of an inch down here. Okay, so then what I did was I measured across her chest. And whatever across the chest is, double that. So she was 10 inches. So I went 20, okay, because French fry has 4 sides. So I need to be able to put a 10-inch cardboard in front, 10-inch in the back, 10-inch on the side, and on the other side. So that gives me my 20 inches, okay? So then I cutted a square. It's better to go square than round, because if you go square, it gives more headroom so you can just pull it over their head and everything. And she'll wear a turtleneck with it anyhow, so that's how we handled that. And then, of course, I had to find some cardboard, so we got a ton of pellets delivered, and this cardboard, big sheet of it, was at the bottom. So I said, I'll use that for my cardboards to go inside. My daughter says, well, it's all crooked, you know, from being outside in the rain and everything. I said, I'll iron it. She looked at me kind of weird. Well, if you iron cardboard because you found some that was curled up or whatever, iron it on this side. Never iron on the painted, printed side. Okay, so then I measured my 10 inches right in the center. Now we don't want it to go all the way up to the neck. So we kind of went with at the breast area. And that's where we're going to start. And that's where we need our cardboard to be. This might be a little bit high. Okay, but you don't want it right at the neck because you don't want that chopping over there. Even though it'll come down maybe up to there for them and everything. Okay, so then I sewed my 2 sides so the cardboard stays put. And I did the same with the back, so that cardboard stays put. And then the other one, because this is double-sided, will be on the inside like that. And I'll show you. So what you do is, first of all, I went to Walmart and I'm trying to look for the material that would best work for French fries. And if you look, you know, it's kind of yellow and, you know, kind of spotted up yellow. So I figured, that looks like crispy French fry. Perfect. Just what I need. So I took 1.5 yards because I pre-measured how high she was, the width that I needed, and I needed 4 plies of this front piece. You know, because it's double-sided, because you're going to put your cardboard in the center. So you need it to be double-side, and then double-side for the back too. Okay, so what's left out of this one is just to put my cardboards in, slide them right in. Of course, you want the cardboard side to be showing. And then I'm going to pin it because I still have to sew. So I'll just pin it. Then I'll be sewing my bottom. And then that's the easy part of this one. So of course, with every French fry, gotta have some ketchup, right? So I took care of that too. Let me get the next one in here. I done a video where I crocheted a bunch of pumpkin hats. If you look over there on the pellet stove, you will find pumpkins that have nice little, they kind of look like Mexican hats. And so I says, well, if I can crochet them little hats for the pumpkins and everything, because I've done it for a birthday party. I done a video, so learning how to Crochet Hats is the title of it. It's on the same channel. Okay, now I need to put it in the middle here. My center. Now for the chicken nugget, I didn't give her one on the side. Let me see if this is going to work. Ah, under the arms, I'm going to have to. Ooh, it made it. Okay, didn't know if maybe I would have to chop under the arms a little bit more. But I'm just right. What's really cool about learning to do this particular pattern, of course this is without a pattern, you know, because, you know, I always try to say, if you don't need a pattern, you just need to be creative, then be creative. What's really cool about this is that a lot of the boys, they want like Ninja Turtles. So what you can do is pretty much the same idea. Let me get this even here. For the Ninja Turtle, what you do is you get, because he needs that metal chest kind of thing, shell, his shell. I'm not up to date on everything, you know. That's what part of being grandma is. Go get one of those metal pans that they, for turkeys. You can always use it after for Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving's coming right up behind this one. But make it just like this. Sew your two sides and put a turkey pan instead of a cardboard. But know that when you do that, not only do you have to measure across the chest and double it, you also have to look at the pan. So if the pan is like 3 inches deep, you're going to have add 6 inches because you need 3 inches on this side and 3 inches on the other side to allow the extra space for the pan. So that's just to give you different ideas. Okay, so all I need to do is sew that, and here's going to be my little French fry. She's going to be in there. She's going to be so cute. And then French fries all need to have ketchup. So I made a little ketchup hat. So where you go on my videos to learn how to crochet, because it's learning how to crochet hats, you can make yourself a little ketchup top. Now I just need to crochet the little string that goes around so it'll be under her neck, because when they run, you know, you don't want it to fall off. So my top picture will have it all set up so you'll be able to see how it looks on the little girl and everything. So that's how that one's going to be. Isn't it cute? Love it. So, and you can do the same with the Ninja Turtles, you know. You can get, you know, at Walmart, this material was only $2 a yard, and I only needed 1.5 yards to do my French fry. So, and only 1 yard for chicken nugget. So, of course, for chicken nugget, you know, it's not just a plain cardboard because no nuggets is just flat like that. So what I did was I took some stuffing from an old pillow and kind of glued some. So that's going to go in between. Okay, that way it gives you the little lumps of it, you know, being fried up and everything, you know, like they do at McDonald's. Okay, so we made a front and a back. I did not make side for this one because the little girl's only 2 years old. So, you know, she's going to have to be carried and everything, so this will help with that, so she can still hurry up and keep up with Sissy and Trick-or-Treat. And for her hat, you know, when you have chicken nuggets, you got to have barbecue sauce. So I made her kind of like a little chef hat, you know, and that's going to sit on her head. And I already know this fits perfect, and then this will be kind of like just flat on her for like a bundle of barbecue sauce. So she gets a barbecue sauce to go with her chicken nuggets. So, again, what we did was we cut 4 pieces. What you do is when you buy your material, you already know the size because you've already measured. And you need 4 pieces to be the same. So fold it up in 4 and cut it right up. See, that's what I did. Cut it right up. Then the first things I did was to sew, you know, my pieces right here. Then I always iron. Always good to iron. Okay? And then we have a square here. So then I sewed my 5/8 of an inch going all the way around. Okay, then you have to take your scissors and make sure you cut, because when you turn it over, in order to sew and to make sure it doesn't just ball up there, you need to cut all the way to your corners. Each one of your corners have to be cut all the way right up to the thread. Okay? So this is the wrong side. Now I need to turn it around, because what I did with Chicken Nugget around the neck, I gave an extra sewing. Because, you know, when they're running and rushing, and because they have a birthday party and they have a Halloween party at school, then they want to go trick-or-treating and any other organization that they're active in, it has to be rugged so they can use it for more than one time. And the good thing about the French fry one is when you're done with Halloween, everyone who sews a lot always has a blade, so you can take the bottom apart, pull the cardboard out, sew the bottom back up, and then it can be a painting for kids who do finger painting apron, a painting apron. Okay, now I need to put this on the inside. See, after you sew it like that, yeah, that all goes on the inside. Then you have, just like you had with the French fry. Okay, now because I want the extra security, and see when you cut your corners how nice that ends up being? Now I'm going to sew close around there. And of course I went with the square again because that gives more headroom and everything, where they're petite bodies, you know, for their head and everything. So now I'm going to sew that. So that's where I'm at. Okay. But it's really cool. I mean, use your imagination and you can do all kinds of stuff with it. And of course you're building memory with your kids, because it will be, oh, Grandma did this for us. They don't ever forget that. Those are memories that last forever. You know, now I got so many grandchildren and great-grandchildren. And too much. I'll back that up. Go. The tricky part is going to be the next part, which you're probably all wondering. I mean, how do you get the rest of this all put together? But I'll show you. That's what I'm here for. But you know, you can find a lot of good use. You can make a lot. I mean, if you wanted to make an apple, you know, then you'd use some plastic bowls in the center. But always put those extra two side sewing so that it stays put. That's the point of that. Because, you know, like I'm doing the cardboard only in the front and the back for Chicken Nugget. But you don't want her cardboard to end up, you know, ending up in the back and stuff, and then she gets all frustrated and everything. You don't want none of that going on. So if you put your two sewings in it, then you're all set. It'll stay put where it's supposed to be. But, you know, for the Ninja Turtle, you can buy the green material. I mean, you know, I go on the clearance rack at Walmart. Always works out good whenever something comes up. That's the best spot to go. And for $2 a yard, you know, and the French fry only use a yard and a half, so there's $3. Well, that's a lot cheaper than any costume you're gonna buy. It's gonna be made a lot more rugged too. Kids all like that. It's an old sewing machine. Sometimes it doesn't pick up as fast as it should. I've had it now, let's see, I'm 61. Had it since I was 20, so it's at least 40 years old. A little over 40 years old. Yay, it still works good. And I've done a lot. Always make sure to cut all my extra strings so it don't tend to get caught underneath. Okay, now you're going to go back and take like these two sides, okay, because that was your first original piece. Take them, put them together, because remember, you've got to have that in-between spot for putting your cardboards or Ninja Turtle pans or whatever you're going to do. And remember, seams are 5/8 of an inch, which should be marked on your sewing machine. I know a lot of you are probably seeing this red mark on mine, and that's because I do a lot of curtains. And that's for the top of the curtains. Go back, remove the strings. So if you get strings get all caught up in here, and get caught in the bottom and make a mess. Okay, now I'm going to go back, because this is still my other piece. I'm going to go back to this side here, and sew that one. You see, you're right back there. Then we'll be sewing these two and the other two. Then if I did everything right, I'll just turn it in. Okay, so start with that one piece. See how we sewed that? We sewed that. The other two pieces are down there. I'll start from the underneath the arm. Always start there, just in case you didn't quite cut right at the bottom. Rainy day outside. done these two. This side's done. Let me get my string from the top. Make sure you cut them out. Okay, so that one's all done. Now we're going to go and do this one. So Nugget, because she's only a 1-year-old, I only needed to buy 1 yard for her. So that was only $2. There's a lot you can do if you just think. You don't always need to buy a patent for everything. You know, when you start that and then you don't buy from the clearance rack, you're starting to get into a lot of expense. You know, and it is, you know, just Halloween. Uh-oh, I gotta tighten this somewhere. Who's being tight? Let's find out who's being tight here. Aha, yeah, tightness. And that's because when I went to go cut, oh, that's not good. Why are you tight? Something skipped somewhere. Ah. There we go, we're loose again. Sometimes when you go and you just cut it, it tangles itself around the needle. We're loose. Just where we need to be. Okay, got my string on top here. Alright, now we still need to do the other side of this one. Start from under the arms. Alrighty, there we go. Okay, now let's go through what we just done. Okay, we turned it back around where we had done our sewing, where we had our neck, and we sewed the two sides. These are the two pieces, the front and the back. And I hope I get that right. Let me go inside here. And there we go. Pull it right back up. Yay! There you go. You have just like you had in the French fry. Okay. So now what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to have to put my 2 sewings for my cardboard. Now I'm only putting this piece in and I'm leaving the rest, the sides open. Because she's just a little thing, she's only 2. Okay, and what it'll do is, put it in between. It'll add a little bulkiness, and you have your 2 because, you know, Nugget is that way. Then she'll have her little hat. So I gotta put my 2 sewings so my cardboard stays where it needs to be. So you just measure your cardboard, add a little bit for the bulkiness of the tissue, and then you'll mark it. Okay, so that's actually 12 inches. And we have a total of, let me see what we have here. She's 18 and a half. So I'll go almost 19. And I need 12, so I get 7. So I'll go like 3.5 inches. 3.5 inch in. I'll just put a little mark there. Just enough so I can see. Okay, and then you keep doing that. Put your 3.5 inch. Just a little mark. That pen's not working very good, is it? There we go. There. Okay. And it's okay to mark it because then you can turn it inside out, have the marking on the inside. It's all right. Remember, you got 2 sides to work with no matter what. Yeah. Okay, and I will want that to sit. Okay, I need that to go in, so I need that to sit right about there. I don't know, that might hang too much for her. She's little, I'll go a little higher. No. I'll give it a 3 inch. 3 inch mark. Allow her to sit in the car seat good. Alright, so I'm going to put my sewing, start it there, and come down to here. Then I'll be able to slide this cardboard right in. Do the same for the back, and then for the sides here, you just fold it in. This is where you gotta iron. A lot of ironing involved. Fold it in, giving it your 5/8 of an inch. And this one, go around, iron this one all 5/8. When you get to your corner here, remember to give it that little cut. Well, I already did it. See my little cut right there? So when I go my 5/8, like that. And then when you sew, you're already all set. You already have it in there. See? And it'll give you a good corner. Okay? Because what you're going to do is you're going to iron it, just like I did the other one. You iron them both in, just like you did here. Fold it over here 5/8. Fold it over here 5/8. Go like that. Pin it. Then you want to iron it. Then as soon as you iron it, it makes it so much easier to sew. 5/8 there. 5/8 there. Iron it, then take your needles off, and you can just go around and sew it all right in a circle. Okay? Did not get its corner. Get your corner. And here we are under the arm. Oh, didn't get that one. It's right for corner. Needed more. Skimpy on that one. There we go. I don't know if you can hear all that rain, but boy, I tell you, it's the one. They gave flood warnings. Alright, so see how you just pin all around? Now I'm going to go and I'm going to iron that, and then I can just sew it. It'll be super easy to just sew. Okay, do the same to the other side. Sew your two pieces right in the center here. Slide your cardboard. Roll it over just like you did the side. Half this way, give your 5/8. Half the other way, give the 5/8. Put them together, pin them, and go and iron it. Then it'll be easy for sewing. That's all you have to do. And this will be my nugget. Alright, so on the top of this video, I have the picture of the two girls all dressed up in their beautiful little outfits. So I hope you've enjoyed my bringing this to you. Stay tuned for more, and I'll bring you some more. Bye-bye now.